Hi, this is Megan Jacks. I am here with sketch number 4 from the September 2022 Creative Memories Worldwide Virtual Crop. So for this particular sketch, I'm going to walk you through how to make it according to the measurements that I give you for the sketch. So the Creative Memories blog will have the sketch itself. If you go to my blog, which you will find in the link in the description of the video, you can get the sketch with the measurements. So I had a few people that have reached out to me questioning how to do this angled portion on the left side of the page. So I'm going to walk you through it. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward once I show you. Sometimes there's not a lot of room to be able to write out real explicit directions. So sometimes I summarize, maybe I don't have it quite clear enough for you to follow exactly. So we'll go ahead and put it together here in this video. I am using some papers from the Totally Tonals Autumn Pack. If you're watching this video during the virtual crop, so in September of 2022, this pack just went to Last Chance. It's a really cute tonal pack, has a lot of those fall colors. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to be using this tree ring, this paper. It's not really a tree ring, I don't think, but it's, looks like a tree ring. As my background page. And then I'm going to be using 2 sheets. I've got one is this green, one is the orange, and then there's the opposite side. I won't be worrying about using the blue kind of raindrop one. I will be using the acorn design though. So the background we're going to leave kind of just as it is. I'm going to be mounting everything just on that. So I'm setting it to the side. One of the things I need to make is this decision on what's going to be my top piece. So what is going to be this lighter gray color here? And I am pretty certain it's going to be acorns, that it's going to be my acorn paper here. So what I'm going to do is my acorn paper, I'm actually going to cut a strip that is 2.5 inches wide. And the reason I'm doing the 2.5 inches wide is because here the measurements, I say it is 2.5 inches at the top. So my widest point here is 2.5 inches. And then it's 1 inch wide down here at the bottom. So if I trim a piece that is 1.5 inches, or excuse me, 2.5 inches wide, I'll then be able to measure at the bottom over 1 inch and trim it on an angle. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to trim this paper here, this green paper. The other side is the acorns. And I'm going to look. The acorns are kind of non-directional, but I'm just double checking here. I'm going to cut it here. So 2.5 inches wide is what I want to do. So 2.5. There's 2.5. Now, while I've got my trimmer out, I'm going to go ahead and cut my other pieces. I need 2 more strips. I need these strips. I say you can do a 2x10 and a 2x7, and we're going to just angle those. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a 2-inch strip. I want a 2-inch strip of the green, and I'm just going to trim this to 2x12. I'm not going to worry about cutting it to the 2x7 or 2x10. This is a 2-inch. And then I need a 2-inch strip of the orange. So there's my 2-inch strip of the orange. So I'm going to set the other papers aside, my 2-inch strips here. I'm going to save these, just kind of put them to the side for the moment. I'm coming back to my 2.5-inch strip. I'm going to grab my 13x13 cutting mat. And I also need to grab a pencil. And I'm going to line this up over here on the edge of my cutting mat. And I can tell you right now, I did not cut this wide enough. I only cut to 2.25. So there I made a mistake. I've got plenty of paper. Normally I would probably not worry about it. I would just go to 2.25, but I can tell you right now I made a mistake. This is only 2.25. It's supposed to be 2.5. So what I'm going to do is I actually am going to luck out here. This side over here, it takes a 2.25 inch by 12-inch strip, and I was thinking I was going to go ahead and use the acorns. So I'm going to save that to put on my the right edge, and I'll just cut a new strip at 2.5. And this time I will measure twice and cut once. So 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches. Yep, that's 2.5. Now I need to go ahead and flip this over for my acorns. And I'm 2.5 inches at the top, but down here I need to be 1 inch. So what I'll do is I'll make a mark at 1 inch with my pencil, just 1 inch. It's 1 inch from the left side. So here's my left side. I'm measuring over 1 inch. Grab my trimmer again, and I'm going to trim this on the angle from my upper right corner to my pencil mark. All right, so right there, I've made my angle. I'm going to come here. Here's my background paper. I'm going to put my acorns on. Now my other strips, all I'm going to do is, instead of worrying about cutting these on the angle, I am just going to angle these in and I'll cut off the excess that overhangs. So now I can just start to play. And I can just angle them in. So I can kind of see, what am I thinking here? And something like that is going to look pretty good. If I need to envision what does it look like if I close, see, like sometimes I have to do that to kind of get rid of the excess and see, now I can see how this is looking. And I can make some adjustments. Kind of maybe look at my sketch again to see. And this kind of all turns into just to your taste. But once I get everything placed and I see how I like it, and I think that's actually going to be pretty good. I think I'm going to be satisfied with those angles. I've actually got my 2.25 inch piece. I could put this in over here and see what I think. And so you start to just kind of figure out if maybe I like the green better. I'll kind of figure that out as we're going along. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to hold down my straight strip, my 2-inch strips that are straight on here. I'm going to hold those down. I'm going to remove the angled. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these back and I'm going to use some adhesive and I'm going to get them put into place. I need to move this one. I can see that I didn't quite, you got to make sure you overlap that bottom border. Both your top and your bottom edges need to be overlapped. You need to make sure you're all the way there. Then what I'll do is grab my trimmer and I'll cut off all the overhang. One little bit of additional adhesive there. And I'm going to cut off the overhang now. Line it up. I didn't push hard enough. I am working on a folding table and sometimes I don't quite push hard enough to counterbalance the give that my folding table has in the middle of it. One of these days I'm going to upgrade to an actual table that doesn't quite give in the middle. So there are my angled pieces, and now I just need to put on my acorns and I'll have it all set. All right, so there you can see how that came together. Now the opposite side over here, as I mentioned, I can either have acorns again, and I do have some photos, excuse me, I have some mats to kind of give an idea. So I have cut these mats to be the mat size that is listed. So if I want to envision what does this look like with the brown mats on here, and then I can make my decision. Well, do I want it to be brown? Do I want it to be a different color? They have these coming over. So a lot of that mat gets covered as such. And I think I will leave it just like that, though I am tempted to, I'm really, really tempted to bring over some of this additional color. So I have the stickers, and I don't know whether I was debating using the wood round stickers, but now I don't know, because a lot of those stickers get covered up when I put on the the photos there. You can see that a lot of that sticker gets covered up. So I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit, and I will flash a final photo at the end. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking though, so you can kind of get an idea. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I want to pull a little bit of this green and this orange over to this side. So I could do something real simple, such as just 2 thin strips, real narrow strips that just bring in that green and the orange. That would be one way to do it. I could also see about using some of the stickers that are on here. There's this leafy sticker that would look really cute to use as well, and I could run that right along the edge here if I wanted to. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit, and at the very end of this video you'll see that final flash of the sketch. Like I said, I don't have photos on here, and they have some, of course, more details with the title and more embellishments and such, but overall you kind of get the effect there. I showed you how to do that angled piece. It's not difficult. Don't overthink these pieces. Really the only one you needed to cut at the angle was going to be this front piece, because we really can't just angle a strip without and cover top to bottom 12 inches. But when we only need to go a partial bit, sometimes just using a certain width of paper, angling it, cutting off the extra is going to be the fastest way to do it, rather than trying to make those triangles and those angle cuts. So hope you give the layout a chance. Be sure to share it when you do. Thanks for watching.